What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 56 of Park to Prem here with Nottingham Forest. Today we are taking on Real Madrid in the Champions League first knockout round. Of course, a Real Madrid side that we met not all that long ago, and well, we lost to not all that long ago. That time it was in the quarterfinals. Today we're looking for a little bit of revenge 2 years on. Hopefully, we're going to be able to dish it out. And well, if you were an eagle-eyed viewer who noticed as I went to the schedule screen, there was more red. Don't scratch your eyes. It happened. We lost one game in the league, then we lost another. The unbeaten season dream is dead for another year. We were going so strong, but unfortunately, just not meant to be. Since that you were last here, we have played 4 games in the league. The first of these was against Everton, a 1-0 win. Poyana with the early goal was a little bit of a difference maker. Bit disappointing to see him declining on the whole as a player here. What's going on, Poyana? To be fair, his performances have been lackluster to say the very least this year. I'm hoping he's going to grow into it. Where is he playing for the national team? I'm curious now. For the national team, he's playing as a striker. Although he's played on the right wing for the national team and got 3 goals and 2 assists. So who knows? Maybe it's just the level of which we're playing at. But I feel like the shift, to be honest, to a right winger hasn't solved all the problems that we were facing last year, where I already felt like the production on that side of the pitch was, well, lacking slightly. Anyway, following on from that Everton game, another good win, this time against Arsenal in this game. A bit of variety in the goal scorers, which was nice to see. Adrian Smith got the first, a long-range effort, which he hammered home on that sweet left foot of his. He was stepping into the team as part of some ongoing rotation. Of course, the January period is always an intense one in the English footballing calendar. I feel like we're through the most difficult period of time now in the season with regards to just the number of games that you're expected to play. In this game, we played well, though. Boyer scored a header. Gonzalez from the penalty spot. Unfortunately, we did lose our clean sheet, courtesy of a pretty nice finish, to be fair, by Abubakar Kamara for Arsenal. But 3-1 it finished. A good away win. And whilst I was a little bit apprehensive ahead of the Wolves game, it was a game I expected us to beat them in. Of course, Wolves, a good team, a team who finished second in the league last year. This year, not quite lived up to expectations. I mean, we were the better team in this game. We had the better chances, but they were clinical. They took their opportunities. Police got the first for them in the 36th minute. Not long after, in the second half, they got another via Alves. We went on the attack. We threw on the big guns up front. It really didn't work out for us. A game where no one really performed. And I think this is the really difficult thing about an unbeaten season. There can be no game throughout the league year where you have a bad day at the office. And unfortunately, that is exactly what this game was. We then took on Bournemouth just a few days before today's game against Real Madrid. With that in mind, I rotated the team. Bournemouth were bottom of the league. I thought, well, we've already lost the unbeaten record now. What can go wrong? I'll tell you what can go. We lost 2-1. That's what can go wrong, everyone. Yeah, not ideal here. Flavio Enrique scored for them in the 3rd minute. When Van Dijk replied just a couple of minutes later, I thought, it's not so bad anymore. But unfortunately, Enrique scored again not long after, and then the game kind of just fizzled out. We had the better opportunities, we had the better chances, but this wasn't a great day at the office for our rotated 11. What it does mean, though, is that we are fully rested going into today's game. Despite this disappointing sequence of results, 2 defeats in the last 2, we are still top of the Premier League. We are currently 11 points clear. There are 11 games left of the season. If we somehow go on to bottle this now, it will be one of the worst mistakes, one of the worst bottlings I think we've ever seen. What it does mean, though, is that with, of course, us out of the EFL Cup, our real focus now, I think, is the Champions League. So today we've got the first leg against Real Madrid away from home at the Bernabeu. I'm then going to go away, come back a few weeks later, taking them on in our own ground. Hopefully, we're going to be able to get a good little result. And, well, without any stalling, shall we get into today's game? No, we shall not, because I've just remembered one crucial bit of news. Where's Amlo? Where is he? Here he is. Here. I've loaned him out, everyone. Couldn't sell him in January. Tried to let him go. Nobody wanted him. So with that in mind, we've shipped him off to Germany. 4 goals in 3 Bundesliga games. Of course, he wanted a transfer. As of last episode, he'd requested a move. Couldn't get him a permanent one. I think if he can go on a really good loan spell, which it looks like it could well end up being here at Borussia Mönchengladbach, we are hopefully going to be able to cash in for him pretty big in the summer, because he's got quite a girthy contract on the go at the moment. It's still got another 4 years on it. I feel like a team is going to have to pay a pretty penny to pry him away from us. But anyway, in terms of this game against Real Madrid, the good news for us is Piotr is back in the squad. You can see here, can play 75 minutes. I think we're going to try and chance him and get him through the whole game. Elsewhere, though, it's a full-strength team, which is very, very nice to see. The rotation has meant that the number of players on the injury bed, or the hospital bed, or the injury table, I suppose it is, rather than injury bed, it's a minimum. So we are ready, refreshed. The rotated team bottled it against Bournemouth. Hopefully, the first team today is going to get a result against Real Madrid. Set us off on a good start here, but I'm under no disillusions. This is going to be tough. Real Madrid, I think they won the Champions League a couple of years ago now. The year that we lost to them, they won it. They are one of the big daddies, I suppose. They've got Osuna up front. He looks pretty good, doesn't he, as far as strikers go. And their key player is apparently Marchetti here, who, yeah, I mean, I don't want to turn this into like a measuring contest, but where's Largo? We're going to just put them next to each other. I mean, to be fair, the Argentine national team has the best centre-mid duo like ever with these two. I'm going to go ahead and say Largo's slightly better. I mean, you guys can be the judge. But regardless, it's a very good Real Madrid team. Of course, Giovanni Reina and Diallo, the last two real players in their starting 11 in this distant future timeline. As for us, well, it's going to be Linda and Largo in the middle, Gonzalez up front, hoping that we can get an away goal or two in this first game. Really alleviate any pressure going into the second match of today's episode, which I'm hoping is just going to be this really straightforward win. That's the dream, isn't it? Of course, football very rarely plays out that way. Worth noting, they are playing a 4-2-3-1, which I think is a formation we kind of shape up pretty nicely against. So, I know it's early on. I'm cautiously optimistic. Sampaio throws it to Poyana. Back to Sampaio. Can he get the ball into the mixer? Well, Sampaio was wanted by Real Madrid once upon a time. And, well, he and Gonzalez, oh my word, they're having a little 1-2 game between one another. The volley in the end of the move, just wide of the post, but a good opportunity for us. Probably needs to hit the target there. Going to go for the early shouty. Nowhere near as effective as it used to be, but I still feel like it's the go-to in the first half. But so far, KG from both teams. 7 minutes till half-time, and it's actually Diallo getting goal-side of Navio, who makes a fantastic recovery. Ball lumped forward, and Gonzalez takes it down. He absolutely feints out the centre-back. Can he finish it? No, he can't. I was so expectant there. He broke through. He completely sold a dummy on the centre-back who thought Gonzalez was going to his left. He darted the other way, but unfortunately, the finish at the end of it, just not quite there. Players, far from happy, but I've got faith in you. And you know what we need to do in situations like these? Pump the fists. I feel like the Premier League, despite our two recent defeats, should be wrapped up. And so this is the competition I really want to put my focus on. I've been saying it for a long time. The big goal, I think, here, that I would love to achieve, I don't necessarily know if it's doable, is to win back-to-back Champions Leagues at Nottingham Forest. And while we've got a chance here, and, well, Gonzalez tucks it away. Goal number 26 for the season. Didn't make any mistake on this time of asking. Of course, a couple of opportunities fell his way earlier. Yeah, I'd love to win back-to-back Champions League. I'd love to match Clough. That would be like the ultimate aim here. But realistically, it's going to be tricky. And if we get to like in 6 years' time, and I've won the Premier League, 5 out of the last 6 years or whatever, and we're dominating domestically, I feel like there's a point where we have to say, right, the save's done. We've achieved everything but that one ultimate goal. I mean, to win back-to-back Champions Leagues, I could be here for decades. But I am feeling like, with the current direction the team's going in and how well we're playing, it's not a lifetime away. I feel like it's pretty attainable. And to be honest, this game here has been a very, very good one for us. Going to make a triple change, I think. Poyana off for Boyer. We'll bring in Van Dijk for Erk. Not the best day at the office. Miguel Antonio on a booking. Off for Ramirez. Get some fresh legs injected into the midfield. Odegaard's come on for them. He must be in his kind of mid to late 30s now, I imagine, Martin Odegaard. Pizzini on the far side here, looking to pick out someone in the middle. The cross is blocked by Sampaio. Doing a pretty good job out at right back, I feel like, Sampaio this year. And, I mean, this first leg, I'm quite content for it to finish like this, Football Manager. I would not mind if it finishes like this. 5 minutes left. One away goal. I wouldn't have minded one or two more, but ultimately, a gauntlet is laid down here. I don't know if we've missed an opportunity there. We were very good. We dominated the game. They didn't have many opportunities. It was quite a kind of clinical performance. Not necessarily the most entertaining spectacle, but we got the job done with pretty good precision, which is nice to see. Elsewhere, Man United beating Inter 3-0. Is this going to be one of those years where the English clubs go very, very far in the Champions League? That, I suppose, remains to be seen. I think Wolves are still also in the competition as things stand. Anyway, Miguel Antonio is going to be suspended for the second leg. Speaking of that second leg, it is not for a little while. There may be a regen day to cover before the next match. Shall we hop forward, see what it's all about? Hopefully we can get back on the straight and narrow in the league, get some good wins under our belt, be back to winning ways. And, well, I will join you in about half a month's time, where we're hopefully going to finish off this takedown of Real Madrid. Let's do this. Okay, game number 2 against Real Madrid. I'm pretty nervous for this one, although at the same time, I'm quite excited. I feel like we've got a really, really good chance after that first leg. Worth noting, of course, there's been a little bit of football played. Unfortunately, if we just look at the youth intake, it's not come through yet. Although, I will say, apparently it's a very poor crop of players. I don't know what to do with Christian here, our head of youth development. He should be quite good. Professional personality, decent, obviously, attributes as well. We've upgraded the facilities a hell of a lot when it comes to the actual academy. You know, state of the art, exceptional. It's not great, but one thing that is great, and perfect segue here, future stadium plans, everyone. There is a stadium being built, and to be honest, it was one of those scenarios where, as I was playing through the last month, I was kind of just looking at what options I could still ask for. We've all been there. You go and ask the board for something just for the sake of it. Obviously, we had the stadium expansion this year. I thought, let's try and ask for a new stadium. What's the worst that can happen? They say no. They didn't say no. They said yes. And, the plans are expected to be finalised next summer. So, yeah, it's a long, long way away, but there is a stadium happening. Capacity around 50,000 seats as well. So, yeah, something to get a little bit excited for. Something to look forward to as well. Hopefully, before this series is over, playing in a new stadium that, if my dreams are real, it'll be named after me. Knowing my luck and knowing Clough's luck, it'll be named after Irk, and it'll just be a really sour note to end the whole series on. But regardless, a new stadium on the way, and while speaking of what else has been going on since we last here, we've played 4 matches in all competition. 1 slip up in the league, but then back to winning ways, I'm pleased to say. That game where we didn't win was against Leicester. We took the lead through Poyana. Of course, this is the local derby. We dominated the game for large spells. Poyana scored just before half-time, and we needed that second goal. We had chance after chance after chance after chance, but we just didn't really get going in this game. And, unfortunately for us, they scored in the 83rd minute, and 1-1 it finished. So some points dropped there, but the good news is, as I've already said, back to winning ways. We beat Liverpool at Anfield, albeit on penalties. A little bit of drama there, but we did the business that we needed to. Lots of players scoring their penalties, which is great to see. We then took on Crystal Palace, who we beat 2-0. Irk and Smith with the goals there, and then we kept another clean sheet against Newcastle, beating them 1-0. Gonzalez with the goal. And, if we just have a quick look at the Premier League, 8 games left of the season. We currently sit 14 points clear. We are not too far away, everyone, from wrapping up the league, which is a very, very pleasing thing to say. I think at this point, whilst the unbeaten season has escaped us, I have got aspirations of getting that 100-point season. An elusive target that, of course, Man City have hit in, recent years in real football. It's not easy to hit in Football Manager. If we could hit it, I think it would be a set sign of kind of the beginning of dominance, I would like to think, here for us in the Premier League. But anyway, whilst Leeds are taking on Man City, and as interesting as that is, we've got our own game to focus on against Real Madrid here. So after the first leg, it is 1-0 to us. We go into this match with the upper hand. In terms of the team for today's game, we can just quickly go to the best 11 preset and give it a little bit of a shuffle. In hindsight, I probably should remove AMLO from it. Unfortunately, Miguel Antonio is suspended, so Ramirez is going to come in, and then we're going to move Gibbons to the bench. But to be honest, it's still a very, very strong team at our disposal. And you know what? I think this is how we're going to go into it. Toby in goal, Navio, Ricky Picky, and Piotr playing at centre-back, Sampaio at right-back, Ramirez, Lind, Largo making up a midfield trio, Irk on the left, Poyana on the right, Gonzalez up front. And, let's see if we can keep things going here. We got that crucial win away from home. If we can be as good defensively here as we were in the first leg, and I guess as good defensively as we've been throughout this season, this should be routine. Although, I settled that. We're taking on Real Madrid. When is playing Real Madrid ever routine? It's just not. So this is going to be a tough one for us, but hopefully we can go into it and just put in a really, really solid display. I think that has to be the aim here. Real Madrid, I think they were probably... It's hard to say who the favourite was, I guess, going into this fixture. I think it was a pretty even match, of course, because they beat us before 2 years ago. I'd have them down as favourites as Zerk. Oh my word, what a ball by Payana. Stop talking, Jack. You don't need to talk. Real Madrid, they now need 2 goals. I mean, technically they needed 2 goals before, but wow, that has come from nowhere. I was not expecting us to have a highlight that short and that clinical. Payana threaded the needle through there, cut the defence open with that pass, and Erk, well, he might have missed that one shot in the last minute against Manchester United last time we were here for an episode, but today he's got his shooting boots on. He's found the bottom corner. And whilst I don't want to breathe a sigh of relief too much just yet, this puts us in a good position as Largo brings it forward, squares it to Erk, Erk to Gonzalez. Oh my word. 10 minutes gone, we're 2-0 up. This is what I wanted to see. This is what we needed, everyone. Great stuff, really nice passing. I thought Largo's overhit pass was maybe going to mark the end of a missed opportunity there because we did have a bit of an overload in the middle. In the end, Erk did well to pull it back to Gonzalez on his weaker foot. And, well, Gonzalez obliges with the finish. 3-0 on aggregate. We've only had 2 shots in this game. We're putting on a clinic in the final third. And, well, Real Madrid will need 3 on the night to win this game on away goals. And it could get worse for them yet. Payana forward. Few players in the middle. Real Madrid getting men back. But, well, Gonzalez is still there. Finds Erk. And, oh, my word. It is 3-0 inside 12 minutes, everyone. Real Madrid are being humiliated. They are being embarrassed. We did rotate our team prior to this match. These players coming in, having not played at the weekend, definitely plays into our favour. Well, Gonzalez, you thought he'd go for a header on goal there, but no, a really intelligent knockdown to Erk, who just smashes it into the bottom corner. Odegaard with it for them, puts it in, but Ricky, he heads it away, and now we could look to break. Erk has his back to goal, but he's capable of pulling passes from deep, and that is what he's going to try and do there. Unfortunately, can't find Gonzalez on this occasion, but Real Madrid giving the ball straight back to us. I would have thought at this point I'd be more relaxed, but I still feel like we need more goals. We've scored too many too early. Although Payana here, down the right-hand side, using that pace of his, getting into the box. Can he pull it in? He can, and I mean, it's 4-0. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to, we've been here 15 minutes. There's been 4 shots. They've all gone in. I mean, they've all been great chances that we've created. It's not speculative long shots that are flying in. These are crafted opportunities. Payana sucks in 2 defenders. Defending pretty non-existent there. It's 5-0 on aggregate. I mean, how many can we humiliate them with now at this point has to be the question. And will Erk or Gonzalez be able to get a hat-trick? Zerk over the corner here, whipping it in. Piotr, he thought for a second was going to get in on the goal-scoring action. Now Lehmann bringing it forward for Madrid. They will need 5 goals in this game to go through. I don't see it happening, although if they got one here, we'd have to remain vigilant. Odegaard hits the woodwork. It was a great save, I think, by the keeper there. Tipping it onto the crossbar, Toby. Now we have a free kick in a dangerous area, and well, Real Madrid players acquiring yellow cards. Erk with a chance for his hat-trick here. Steps over it, hits it just inches wide of the post. That really was a good opportunity for us there. Unfortunately, just off target for Erk. Well, consider it as 4-0 after 15 minutes. It slowed down a little bit in the last half an hour, everyone. I'm almost disappointed. It's 4-0 here. Clinical finishing, great passing, just cutting Real Madrid open. And I don't want to speak too prematurely here, although I'm feeling relatively safe in this moment right now. I think we're going to be making it to the quarterfinals. And the Champions League run is going to go on. Of course, we're also in the FA Cup still. There could be another treble on everyone. I don't want to sound, too carried away, but the way things are going, we're playing great. I'm hoping that blip as of late in the league is just that. A bit of a blip rotating the team. If we can play like this, I think we can beat any team in Europe on our day. Anyway, Payana down the right-hand side. Look at him go. He can run like Roadrunner. I don't know who else runs. Got to throw in here, maybe. Although, apparently it was a pointless highlight, so I feel a bit robbed there. I thought there was more coming. 20 minutes left. I should probably make some subs. There's been a few comments recently about how I don't necessarily make a load of subs and I'm not always super proactive during matches. Honestly, it's really hard to record a video in Football Manager, be making decision-making, observing everything that's going on, and making the changes as appropriate. I challenge anyone who thinks it's easy to record videos and make decisions to sit down and just try and talk over Football Manager. It's difficult. And I mean, so far it's not completely cost us, I don't think, making all the subs all the time. And that's the beauty of Football Manager. There's more than one way to play the game. Just like there's more than one way to manage a football team. And well, for Gonzalez, there's only one way he's going to finish that opportunity. Gets his hat-trick. with the assist as well is nice. 6-0 on aggregate. 5-0 on the night. You would have said after 15 minutes we should have been expecting to super sport them. But I suppose this isn't too bad as kind of a consolation, is it? I can live with this, everyone. I can live with it. Gonzalez, lovely little finish. Real Madrid have been bullied in this game. It has been plain sailing, and whilst they've had opportunities, they've never really looked like scoring. I'll do one last shout of encourage. All the players are unhappy with me. Sorry, lads, I won't encourage you anymore. You can see here, Gonzalez with 3 goals. Though, gets man of the match with a 10.0. Obviously, he got a few assists, I think, in that game, as well as the 2 goals to his name. I mean, it's not a bad performance. If I might say so myself, that's quite a good result. Real Madrid, of course, winners of the Champions League a couple of years ago. And whilst apparently the first leg triumph helps, I think a lot of the work was done tonight. You can see 2 goals, 2 assists. Give him some praise, Jack. Give that man a cookie. Right, Champions League, when is the next round? It's going to be in a little while. It's going to be in the middle of April. Now, I am aware of the fact we have got Wolves, Manchester United and Chelsea in the league coming up. But given where we're at right now, don't think we need to worry about them just yet. We're 14 points clear. Even if we lost them all, we'd be towards the top of the table. That's not to say they're going to be an easy run of games, but I am going to certainly start, I think, to prioritise the Champions League. And, well, who knows? Maybe by the time we're back next episode, which is only in 3 games' time, we could well be Premier League champions, I think, if things went the right way. Whether or not they can or cannot, I suppose, remains to be seen. But anyway, folks, that's going to wrap up everything from me today. What a fantastic historic result that was against Real Madrid. We are looking super, super good. We're into the quarter-final of the FA Cup. We're into the quarter-final of the Champions League. We've got one hand on the FA Cup trophy. The end of season this year should be an entertaining one, and will hopefully you're going to be along for the ride. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching as always. It is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.